with foxes. There was a whole experiment trying to domesticate a generation of foxes, right, through a couple like decades, and it actually worked. There's already full-fledged like domesticated foxes.
Yeah, but
that takes decades.
Foxes are related to.
But think about this: domestication of like wolves and like cats took like hundreds, maybe at least 1,000 years.
Foxes are related to wolves.
That too, but that's what I'm saying.
They're-
Like what I'm saying is with domestication, if you have the specific environment and like the trial and error, you can technically allow a specific animal to become domesticated in a much shorter amount of time.
However, how ethical is that?
Completely. The only ethics is like what they did was basically allow the friendlier foxes, the ones that don't bite or shit like that, to breed, and those who aren't, they will just die out. And that's how eventually they got to it. So it's like these foxes are more like dogs.
Yeah, we should do that with
when
alligators.
But when they do that, they're literally just
with humans.
controlling.
No!
Whoa.
That sounds like some eugenics stuff.
That is eugenics.
I mean,
What's
there are a lot of
eugenics?
sheep out there.
Honestly, there are a lot of sheep out there. So maybe it's been happening, but in secret. And they've been releasing into the public, like, slowly.
Well, if you think about it, right? Domestication is what? Right?
Making
What
something
was your-
docile.
Making something docile.
Yeah,
Now,
and
go,
passive.
dumb that down a little. Impassive?
Passive, yeah.
Passive.
So not aggressive.
So non-aggressive, right? If you look at, like,
Incels.
vegans, vegetarians...
Vegetarians are cool,
No,
man.
okay, no. That's just a joke. But, like, if you look at, like, the breaking point right now, right? There are a lot of, like, highly violent people.
There's a lot of cocks.
And there are a lot of... that is...
iDubbbz has left the chat.
I got a message from iDubbbz. Hold on.
Please take this down. My girl will post another thing on
Oh no.
There are a lot of... I guess the line is being split, right? There are people that aren't actually aggressive but are pretending to be aggressive, aka cucks.
Sure.
And there are people that are like not actually aggressive at all, they're becoming more passive, right? But you have to learn to be more passive because people like you can sue somebody else for
They're trying
pretty
to make
much
you,
anything,
They're
right?
trying to make you more passive.
Yeah, they're trying to make you more passive.
it's a
So
conspiracy.
maybe all humans are being domesticated.
Yo, we're being domesticated by aliens.
No, but we're
Think
being
about it.
Aliens!
Think about it.
That's actually so true.
What if they're using
No,
5G towers to
nothing's
domesticate us?
They're turning the freaking frogs again.
What if
Bruh.
those aliens are the media? What if we're being domesticated by the news outlets, the media outlets, the TV we watch,
And
the
aliens?
YouTubers, the podcasts?
No.
What if we're domesticating you right now?
Okay, they don't need to know that we're.
This is not in the video. Okay, well, I guess we just lost a bunch of cryptocurrency that the aliens are about to give us. Thanks, man.
Now Gilgazar won't give us our funding anymore.
We're no longer being sponsored, so...
Where do you think cryptocurrency
We
came
never were.
We're sponsored by.
You guys might have never heard of them. They're pretty underground right now.
Yeah.
They're pretty in the air.
They're pretty out of
there.
galaxy right now.
Like they take up a lot of space.
But honestly, though, realistically, that would be the smartest way to just like win a war against humanity. Just domesticate us.
I think we already are in that.
But we are becoming domesticated.
Like,
I think we are.
Yeah, definitely.
do you really think so?
Well, think about it, right? Like somebody stubbed their toe at Walmart and sued Walmart for like $3 million, right?
Yeah, but
That's like
but you're still being aggressive in that.
no,
case.
Being a douche.
It's that's not aggression though. That's
Physical aggression or
no, because what would it
Okay,
be called?
Okay, I'll tell you the number one proof for why humans are not being domesticated. Okay. Wait, ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Karens.
No, but Karens aren't aggressive.
I think they're ultra domesticated.
No, they're ultra aggressive.
100%.
But
No,
see,
but
no.
they're passive aggressive. They're not actually like being a passive aggression. Thank you. They're that's what I was talking about, right? When you stub your toe and then you get angry at the owners of the Walmart that put the fucking like what was it, like a rack of clothes in front of you and your foot hit the rack of clothes, right? That's passive aggression, man. That's not like
Actually, no.
I would argue that it's actually aggression towards your fellow man rather than the people who are domesticating you, because a person who is domesticating, I guess in this case, a sub or somebody who's beneath them, doesn't want aggression towards them. They want to point that aggression towards somebody on their own level. So the Karens are actually proof that we are being domesticated because they're not pointing their aggression towards the beings that are above us. In this case, let's say the media outlets or the government. They're pointing their aggression towards people on their own level, which is either other Karens or workers.
You know, I actually had the thought when you guys were like both mentioning that Chihuahuas are the loudest and most obnoxious and aggressive fucking dogs.
I hate those dogs so
because
much.
of how tiny they are, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're considered, you know, domesticated. Yeah, domesticated.
Yeah.
So, maybe you guys are right.
Oh,
Maybe you
shit.
guys are right.
As our power is being taken away, we become more aggressive, but we don't realize it. Our aggression is pointed at nothing because there's nothing that we can do about it.
Yeah, so I think what happens is that I don't know actually.
Well, I mean, think about it,
it's-
right? Like, there are all these big companies that can fuck you over by just hitting you with all these rules. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to go and buy, like, this happens all the time. You go to an electronics store and you buy like a TV, right? Like a very, very expensive TV, and then the next day it goes on sale for like $400 off, right?
Right.
Like, some people trip over $20, but that's like $400 right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go back and you start like arguing about how like you want to return the TV because you want to save that $400, right? It went on sale the next fucking day. These companies, they can do whatever they want. They can hit you with this like shit. And now it is true that at the end of the day, it's really up to the manager who works at that specific branch, right? Which is sad. But here's the thing, right? These companies are essentially paying people to discipline their domestication like ways, to like enforce their ways of domestication, right? Because like think about it, right? A manager gets paid usually right? A manager gets paid a couple dollars more than minimum wage most of the time. Not always. That's not always true,
attest to that.
right? But most managers get paid a couple dollars more than minimum wage with a couple of extra benefits, right?
Unless you work in Taco Bell.
Right? But what? But what are their
You
responsibilities?
guys should work at Taco Bell. I'm just saying.
Can we get chalupas after this?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a moment. But what are their responsibilities, right? As a manager, what are their responsibilities to look after the whole store to make sure that customers don't get their way and that the owners get their way, that the multi-million-dollar
Don't let
owners
them
get their way,
get
right?
out their way.
And they enforce that shit though. They enforce that shit hardcore. You ever go to a Best Buy and like try to return something without a receipt? They will fucking bro. They'll hit you up with like 12 different things, bro. I'm telling you right now. No. The manager over here getting paid like a couple dollars more than minimum wage, right? He's telling you no for like a $15 product. He's gonna spend like 2.5 hours telling you like all the different rules as to why he can't do it, right? He's gonna get actually pissed off on behalf of the owners of Best Buy, right? For what? Like literally, like what's it for? Like no, I'm not
But
saying
he's
like
doing
it's a
his
bad
job,
thing.
man.
You
Like,
just
come on.
described what happened to me today at work.
It happens all the time, man. It literally happens all the time.
So you're telling me that your plan to make sure that you don't get screwed over by the Best Buy manager is to completely domesticate all of the world?
No.
Yo, we should domesticate all the Best Buy
No.
managers.
What I'm saying is,
You know,
what
Why
I'm
stop
saying
there?
is,
Why not get to every other manager?
Yo, call all the aggressive Best Buy managers and only keep the passive ones.
Wait, how do you suggest that we get rid of the aggressive managers, lad?
Martin
Well, like I
has
said,
left
I
the
said
chat.
call. So
what I'm saying is, that's more
Knock on your
like,
door. You've been summoned to the altar, sir. You yelled at one too many Karens this week.
I had to. It was the only way.
No,
I had a
no,
quota.
sir. You've been summoned. We'll see you at 5 p.m. Be there. We'll take your family.
I clock
as well.
out at 5.